Was that your call?
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, good morning.
Good morning, all.
Good morning.
Did you have trouble starting this? I couldn't get in for quite a while.
Yes, I had trouble.
Oh, okay.
I got involved reading something by, what's his name? Ken Fisher? You know, the guy who advertises Fisher Investments. We're a fiduciary.
As long as I know it was you and not me.
So I was
Yeah, I waited.
distracted.
Well, Hank, if you make me a co-host, I'll help you admit people from the waiting room.
Who's that speaking up?
Saul.
Saul? Okay, wait a minute. Let me find you. I'm so busy clicking admit. There we are. Make co-host. Yes. Okay. You can do that.
Apparently, I had the wrong address. I just got in. I've been waiting. My apologies.
We had to get Hank out of bed.
We all just got in, Stan. It wasn't
Oh.
just you.
Oh, well, I saw everybody here and, well, wow.
We just got into
How long have I been doing this? Does anybody know?
it.
Well, since COVID, 2 years at least.
Yeah, that's
I
right.
think this is the first time that I have screwed up as far as starting the meeting goes.
We'll forgive you once, but never let it happen again.
I thought my computer was broken.
I did too. See, we're all blaming ourselves.
And Hank, if you could enable the live transcript on your end, only the host could do that.
Yep. Wait a minute. I'm still. Yeah, I stopped the recording for a second. Didn't want to do that. Okay, where are we? Here we go. Where's the live transcription stuff? Live transcript. Let's see that.
You did enable it.
Okay. Have I done what I need to do?
Yes. I mean, if you want to hide the subtitles, you can do that through the caret on your end.
No, I think we're all right as we are.
That was for the individuals. If the individuals want to hide their window, they can.
Can't
I
hear you,
think.
Stan. Wait a minute. Maybe I could hear you better if I went and put my hearing aids in.
Yeah, I only mention it to Hank, Stan, because whenever you enable it, it automatically shows the subtitles, and he may not want them hiding other stuff on his screen.
Okay, but I thought only the individual also has that capability of hiding.
They do, but they don't
Yeah.
get the caret.
Oh,
Only the host gets the caret.
that's right, the carrot. Okay, I forgot about the carrot.
Sounds like we're talking about Easter bunnies here early.
Yes.
Well, as long as he also gets the stick, right? He gets the carrot and the stick.
No
That's
stick.
right.
No stick.
Okay,
Just
I think we've
stick-to-itness.
carried that analogy a bit too far.
I might take this time. For those of you who don't know, Mel Weekly died last Wednesday. I got a message from his wife.
And
And so we need to probably discuss that later on.
And thank you for setting up the notices. That was very nicely done. A
That's
nice
good.
note from his, I presume that's his widow that sent out the note?
Yes.
Actually, I sent it out from the list that I had, and I had 10 bounce backs. So either my list is not up to date, or anyway, I'm talking with Will about the.
Well, I
the
sent
mail
it to all the
list.
board members, and you sent it out to all
I
the
sent it to
members.
everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I got it.
Yeah, and I got them all.
Well, I was debating whether we should send flowers to the funeral, but that would be establishing a precedent, and I'm not sure we want to do that.
Well, and I think that the information that Stan sent, I think, wasn't it Stan that you sent all the other information to Fran that she could put in the notebook?
Right. I forwarded the information that Will had sent to the board to all members.
Yeah.
And that's about all I did.
Well,
What
I'm
do you-
wondering if there's anything else we should do.
What are you talking about? You're talking about Mel?
Yes.
Okay.
A donation of some type. Maybe it would be nice to find out what one of his favorite charities
I agree, yeah.
instead of flowers.
Have you all seen what I sent to Fran?
No.
Yes, I did. Well,
Yes,
I
and
saw it.
that's great. I was thinking it came from Stan, but yes, thank you very much, Hank. I think that was great. And I
Yeah,
think
that was
that in
from Hank.
itself is.
I
that's
got
good.
I got a heartfelt thank you from her.
Mhm.
I bet, yeah.
So
And
Did
that may
you-
just be enough. She likes that.
Did you send it to the board members, Hank?
yeah, I did. I sent well, what I did was as soon as I saw that email from her, I went through my collection of seniors computer group photographs, which go back 10 years at least,
Yeah.
and found a whole bunch of pictures of Mel and sent them to her for inclusion in the book that she's putting together called Memories of Mel. And in the email, I said how much he had contributed to the group and the various positions that he had, some of which he had right up to his death. And she really appreciated that. So I think, and I spoke as, I signed it, VP for Program Seniors Computer Group. So it came from
The group.
the group.
Was
So
there
you
any
all, you all ought to
was there any
look at that
indication
before you
that-
decide whether you want to do something else.
Was there any indication of the cause of death? I don't recall seeing that.
What say, Will?
I say I didn't see anything about the cause of death.
No, I don't know what his underlying disease was, but he has sounded scratchier and weaker the last few meetings that he attended,
Yeah.
I thought.
I presume you're aware he was on oxygen all the time.
Yeah, 24/7,
Yeah,
and has been for a long time, even when he was
Yes.
here.
that's true.
And they almost lost him, when they first moved to Colorado Springs, he mentioned, because the high altitude,
Oh, yeah.
he barely made it through that.
Yeah, it may
Yeah.
be COPD.
Yeah, who knows? I think a combination of a lot of things.
But I think it was great,
Old age.
so active right to the end.
Yeah.
Well, let me start off by asking if there are any problems with Zoom today before we get into the scheduled presentation. I don't see any hand wavings or hands up.
I noticed that the chat is still only available to the host and co-host.
I think I can
I
change.
hopefully that could get changed sometime.
Wait a minute.
And
Let me see. Here's chat.
It's available on my
And I
computer.
think over here, participants can chat with everyone there. Now I think
Yeah,
That's all right.
I've got it.
the rest
Yeah,
of you
I-
can chat to other people.
okay, but not individually.
No.
Yeah,
I can.
okay,
We
all
can get
right,
it.
well, that may be sufficient.
Yeah.
The Zoom that I have allows individuals to chat with individuals, which may or may not be of value, but anyway, that's interesting. The least they can chat
The
with
three
everyone.
choices are participant can chat with one, no one, two, host and co-hosts, three, everyone. And that's what I've selected, everyone.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All
You
I'm
can
saying
al-
is that the one I have
I
allows individuals to chat with individuals.
I know that, Stanley.
Yeah.
But that's not pertinent because
It-
You can al-
That's kind of
I can't do that. I can't make it that way.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, selecting options that are not available is not a useful suggestion.
You can always address your chat to some individual if you wish.
All right, everybody.
Actually,
We'll have Q&A after the presentation, but
Well,
if you have no objections, I'm going to mute everybody and then start the presentation for today.
And if you can hide that control bar when you're sharing your screen, it might help.
I will try. There we go. You're all muted. Now, share screen. Nope, not yet. Wait a minute. Got to go back to my little grass shack. Now go back and share screen. And the top 10 free. Here we go. Where is that? There we are. Share sound. Share screen. Now, how do I get rid of this?
Go to the far right where it says more.
The far right of,
Of the long horizontal control bar. I think there's a more on the right end.
hold on. I've got to. Nope, that doesn't work. Oh, there it is, more. Okay. No, that doesn't do it.
Yeah, there should be something about hiding the floating meeting controls.
I'm looking. Hide floating meeting controls. That's probably it. Yeah, there we go. Is it gone for all of you?
Well, there's still some other bars up there, but maybe there's other stuff. Oh, now, no, there's only one on mine. Right there, as a matter of fact.
There. I got rid of that.
Perfect.
All right, I think we're ready.
Much better.
Software from companies like Adobe, Microsoft, and others can be quite pricey, especially those with monthly or yearly fees that can add up over time. In this video, I'll show you free alternatives to those popular programs in 10 categories, all of which are available for Windows, Mac, and Linux. As an added bonus, we'll even show you free alternatives to Windows and Mac OS near the end of this video. All of that and more coming up on Tech Gumbo. Microsoft 365, which includes their Office programs Word, Excel, and PowerPoint, is very popular. But having to pay for other services you'll probably never use is overkill. At this time, Microsoft 365 is $70 for their personal edition and $100 for family, or you could pay a one-time fee of around $150 if you just want their Office suite. In this category, we have two free alternatives for you. First of which is LibreOffice, with alternatives for Microsoft Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. It's compatible with Microsoft Office file types. It lets you open Office documents, edit them, and you can even save your documents in a format that can be read by people that use Office. Another one of our favorites that's been gaining popularity over the last couple of years is OnlyOffice. Just like LibreOffice, OnlyOffice includes compatibility with the popular Microsoft Office formats. In addition, OnlyOffice allows for real-time collaboration with others, which is handy if you're working in a team environment. If you're looking for image editing software, Adobe Photoshop is the most well-known and feature-packed. It comes with a steep cost as well, with plans that start at around $21 per month. The best free alternative to Photoshop is GIMP. It features an expansive tool set, allowing you to do everything Photoshop can, but there is a high learning curve. If you want to learn the basics, I'll put the links to our tutorials in the description of this video. GIMP includes professional level tools that allow you to work with layers, manipulate colors, add gradients, and a whole lot more. If you're someone who's a digital painter, another free Photoshop alternative is Krita. It's feature-packed as well, with over 100 brushes, stabilizers, and also allows you to work with layers. Adobe Lightroom is for those people focused on photography. Its features help you to organize, edit, and store your photos. Lightroom's cost is just around $10 per month, but is overpriced for what it does. Darktable is the best free alternative to Lightroom, with a ton of features to improve a photographer's workflow. Unlike GIMP or Photoshop, which are raster graphics editors, Darktable allows for non-destructive editing,
Introducing SpeechLove.
keeping the original image data until finalized. It also includes tools to keep your images organized and easily search by parameters. Using virtualization software like VMware is a great way to try out other operating systems and software in a sandbox without doing harm to your primary system. Vmware Workstation for Windows and Linux is one of the most popular, with pricing that starts at $149. And for macOS, the name of VMware's product is called Fusion. The pricing for this also starts at $149. The best free alternative for VMware Workstation and Fusion is VirtualBox. It's available for all three of the major platforms, Windows, Linux, and Mac. While they do provide a user manual, it can be quite difficult for newbies to get started. We do have a beginner's guide for VirtualBox as well that will help you out using Ubuntu as an example, but you can use just about any operating system that you want. If you're looking for high quality video editing software, you have many choices. Final Cut, Vegas Pro, and Adobe Premiere Pro are a few of the most popular. Using Premiere Pro as an example, it lets you work with any file format, add transitions and special effects, and edit on unlimited tracks. The pricing for Premiere Pro starts at around $21 per month. A comparable free alternative to Premiere Pro, Final Cut, and Vegas Pro is Davinci Resolve. It offers multicam support, transitions, color and audio correction, along with everything else you would need to edit and trim your videos. In addition, Davinci Resolve is also a great free alternative to Adobe After Effects. It lets you create high-quality visual effects and motion graphics. They have two versions available, Davinci Resolve and Davinci Resolve Studio. Davinci Resolve is the free one. It includes just about every feature you'd probably ever need. When working with scalable vector graphics to create logos, icons, or any other type of professional quality vectors, Adobe Illustrator is what many people use. Just like many other Adobe products, Illustrator will set you back around $21 per month. The best free alternative to Illustrator for creating vector graphics is Inkscape. It includes a ton of features for object creation and manipulation. These can be filled with solid colors, radial or linear color gradients, and patterns, all of which are compliant with the SVG format. Inkscape does have a steep learning curve. Thankfully, they do have tutorials on their site that will teach you how to use it. There are a ton of free screen recorders available, but you have to be careful what you choose. Most like Bandicam will slap a nasty watermark on your recording if you use their free version. The best paid screen recording software right now is Snagit, and it includes a ton of tools to capture your screen. Its cost is a one-time fee of around $50, with a $12.50 annual maintenance fee to upgrade to the next version without paying the full price. The best free screen recording alternative to Snagit is OBS Studio, which is what I'm using at this moment to record this segment. After you get it set up, it's easy to use and includes a number of useful features to record and stream on such places as Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. Their community forum is a great place to get help with any of your issues. And if you're just getting started, we've also got an OBS Studio Beginner's Guide that will help you as well. If you're into 3D modeling, Maya from Autodesk has long been the industry standard for 3D computer graphics. It's been used for video games, animated films, TV shows, and movies. It's not cheap either. Maya will take a bite out of your wallet at $215 per month or $1,700 per year. By far the best free alternative to Maya for creating 3D computer graphics is Blender. It's been around a long time. Its initial release was way back in 1994 and has been free and open source the entire time. Blender is no slouch, with many users saying it's now better than Maya. It has just about every feature and tool you would ever need and has been used to make full-length animated films. When you get started, check out their support page, which includes a user manual, tutorials, and links to the various communities associated with Blender. Audition is yet another overpriced product from Adobe. The software is a multi-track audio recorder, mixer, and editor that's becoming more popular with podcasters. Its pricing is around $21 per month. The best free alternative audio editor to Audition is Audacity. It's been around since the year 2000, and quite frankly, it's so good that there really is no need to use a paid product like Audition. With Audacity, you can record audio, import, edit, and combine sound files, remove noise, includes hundreds of effects, and you can install plugins to enhance its functionality. If you need a video converter to compress or convert into a supported file format, there are a bunch of paid ones to choose from, including Unit Converter from Wondershare. Its pricing starts at around $40 per year. A great free alternative to those paid video converters is Handbrake. We've been using it for years and it fits all of our needs. It supports most of the popular codecs, such as H.264, H.265, AVC, and others. The built-in presets make it really easy to convert any file type and export up to 4K. You can also customize the output by altering the bitrate, maximum file size, or bitrate and sample rate via constant quality. Now for our bonus category. The most important software on your computer is the operating system. And if you're looking for the best free alternative to Windows and Mac OS, you'd want to go with one of the many Linux distros. The big advantages to using Linux is there are no upfront or built-in costs to use it, no forced updates, invasion of your privacy, and you have less of a chance of getting a virus or malware. If you are brand new to Linux, those I'd recommend for beginners include Linux Mint, Ubuntu, Zorin OS, and Elementary OS. Many Linux distros will ask for a donation on their homepage to support development, which is not necessary but appreciated. For example, with Elementary OS, if you want to kick the tires first, go to Pay What You Want, and in Custom, type 0.00, and then click on Download Elementary OS, and you can get it for free. Thanks for watching. All links are in the description. If this video is useful for you, give it a thumbs up and share with others. If you know of any awesome free alternatives to expensive software not mentioned, let us know about them in the comments. And if you're new to our channel, subscribe and click the notification bell so you don't miss out on the latest free software and other tech-related stuff here on Tech Gumbo.
Let's see if auto play is on. Can't find where to do that. I think maybe it's here.
Yeah, it's in the off position.
Yeah, good. Okay, we're fine. All right, I need to stop sharing my screen. There we go. I want to remind everyone that if there was something in here that you found interesting, but you didn't quite keep up with it, and I should have said this before we started, I always put something like this that I'm going to play during a meeting on the Seniors Computer website. So you can go there anytime you want and play it again and start and stop. By the way, I played this at a slower speed, so you probably need to do that if you're going to go back and play it for yourself. It's pretty fast in normal speed. Anyone have any questions about that?
I was just wondering if, of all the people here, who has used some of these things, like, they talked about the photo editors, the, screen recorders, things like that. Have people used these things and found them well? Okay, Saul?
So of these that he mentioned, I've used LibreOffice, I've used Audacity, and some versions of Linux Mint, Handbrake. I think I've tried some of the other ones. I didn't care for them as much.
I've used LibreOffice and Audacity. And I've used the video editor on in Windows 10. You all might find this interesting. About 2 meetings ago, suddenly I got kicked off of Zoom after I'd started the recording. And I got back on again. The meeting had continued without me, even though I was the host, but I had designated a co-host. So I think that automatically happens that they become the host if the host
Yeah, they get promoted.
disappears. No, Saul.
You can have a Zoom meeting with no host.
Oh, okay. Anyway, I ended up with 2 recordings, one about 15 minutes long and the other about an hour and 15 minutes long. It was an hour and a half meeting. And I wanted to post the whole thing on YouTube. In the meantime, I posted both of them on YouTube, labeled as, the beginning of and then the rest of, and started to use that video editor to glue the 2 pieces that I had in my computer together. It took, and I found that pretty easy, and eventually clicked publish. And a long thing started on my computer saying it is such and such a % completed. And at the end of a whole day, it was still only about 1/3 completed. It took 3 days. And interestingly enough, each night I put my computer into hibernate, and I put it into hibernate. And then as soon as I started again the next morning, it started publishing that MP4 video, which was the combination of the 2 that Zoom had produced for me. And I think it was Saul that told me that making a whole MP4 that's an hour and a half long takes 3 or 4 days.
It depends on the computer and how long the video is and the resolution and lots of factors, but it does take a long time to render compressed video.
Yeah. Okay, we have some hands up. I am assuming this is the beginning of Q&A, and I'll treat it as such. Stanley.
I just want to remind you, everyone, that the transcript is downloadable. If you're viewing or even if you're not viewing, if you open up the transcript window at the bottom, it has a box for save transcript. And you can save all the words that have been said, including our presentation. And you can search that for keywords. So the text transcript is a valuable tool for finding key information, as well as the video recording that Hank does.
And one thing that can happen, if you know what the timestamp is in the transcript, you know where to go to in the video to have a look.
Yes.
Patricia.
Yeah, I had a question. I hope I'm not on. Okay, I guess I'm okay. About the 10 free alternatives. I wasn't aware of a lot of this stuff, so I wasn't sure what they actually did. So, it's nice that they have free alternatives, but I really didn't. After Office 365 and Photoshop, I knew those, and Linux because my son has it. But all those other things, I have no idea what they actually did. So,
Well, if you go back and listen to the YouTube video again, which, as I said, is under the events tab on our website. You can play it again, and you stop it. He said what the thing that he was talking about was when he began each one. When he started with Office 365, he said, Office 365 will give you a word processing program and a spreadsheet and a something or other. And he begins each one of those that way.
Patricia, is there a particular one or two that you would like someone to explain more fully?
Well, actually, I'm going over the transcript to see if I guess I'll have to go and look at, no, I don't know. And actually Office 365 and Photoshop, which I would never use anyway, because I've used in the past on my Dell and I didn't like it there. So I'm not going to like it anywhere else, I'm sure. But there's something called Wmare. What does it do? And he kept talking about Fusion, and I'm not sure what that was supposed to be a substitute for. I'm looking through the transcript and I'm not seeing anything.
I think the transcript would be a lot slower for you to figure out what you want than going to the video and sliding the place where the video starts and stops right and left until you get to the part you're talking about. Two of the other things that he gave free versions for were video editing and audio recording editing, as I remember.
And
Yes, there was something like that.
and screen recording for if you're giving a presentation and you want to have that for later as a screen recording, and that way you can capture everything that happens on your screen. That's and that's a way of getting some video, and then you might use the video editor to cut and paste and move things around for a presentation that you give later.
Okay, all right. I just thought it was going to be on the chat thing, and I guess it's not there. So yeah, I gotta go watch the whole video thing. Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
And Patricia, if there are particular things, if you notice on the video, the little red line at the bottom had little breaks in it. Those are segments. So you can often just hover across them. It'll tell you, they'll name each segment so you can find what you're looking for fairly quickly.
Right. Okay. All right. Thank you. I will try that. But sometimes you don't know if you're missing something like you could be using or not. So, okay. Thank you.
Well, let me show, I think I can show you pretty quickly. Yeah, here we are. Here's what he was talking about. And as a matter of fact, you see, as I scroll across here, you see that portion says Microsoft Office Suite Alternatives. And I get over to here and it's Photoshop Photo Editor Alternatives. Then I come in here and it's Lightroom. So if you started at the beginning of this little block, you could find out what Lightroom does. He'll tell you. I think that's the fastest way for you to go through here. VMware, VM standing for virtual
Machine.
Virtual machine. Okay.
Okay. And I have a saved transcript on this. So if I hit it one time, it's going to save the whole thing, or does it stop where I hit save transcript?
It will record it up to the point when you click the button.
Okay. So at the very end, I have to click it again.
If you want the rest of it.
Right. Okay.
Okay, Dan, you're up.
Yes, I've been running Ubuntu Linux for years, and I'm quite happy with it. I also run Tails Linux off of a thumb drive when I have something dangerous to do, like look at an unfamiliar email or something like that. Only problem I see with Linux is at the beginning of the year when I'm trying to do my taxes, I can't find a tax program to run under Linux, and I have to go back to Windows to run the tax program. I usually run H&R Block, so that's my comments.
Have you asked Intuit? You know, you can go to Intuit and ask them questions about TurboTax. Have you asked them if they have a version of TurboTax that will run on Linux?
No, I have not.
I would do that before you give up next year.
I don't believe they do, Hank.
I've searched in Linux programs for tax and I don't find any.
And one question, when you run your Ubuntu, do you run it as the Windows subsystem for Linux, which is what I have, and it works just fine, is just an icon, it gives me a Windows thing, or do you basically cross boot into Linux on your machine?
I would like to make a comment. TurboTax does not have any versions that run on Linux.
Are you done, Dan?
I think so.
Yeah.
Thank you. Mr. Wakely.
Yeah, Hank, instead of going to the website, can you just post in the chat what this last presentation website was? A link to it?
Yeah, I'll have to.
Yeah, I mean, I think the website's pretty easy, Will.
But I'll do
But
it.
I don't know what it is.
Huh?
Is it in the chat?
Go on to our organization's website and you'll find a link to it.
Yeah, let me show everybody how to do that.
Well, I'm just saying, instead of going to your website, why not just?
I understand, and I will do that too. But before I do that, I'm going to show everybody how to find it on the website.
Hank is in teacher mode. Let him do it.
Yeah, I do know how to do that.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, I like that too.
Okay, let's see. If we go here and share this one, then I ought to be able to go to the Seniors Computer Group and go to the Seniors Computer Group website. There we are. So now I'm on the Seniors Computer Group website and you all can see that, right?
Correct.
Yes.
Okay. If you go to any of the programs that we have had, weekly Saturday meetings, they are all, if there's something went on at one of them, they're listed under the events list. I used to actually post what we were going to do, but since we're doing it all by Zoom, I've stopped doing that. But here are links to videos that have been offered in the past, and all the way back to March of 2020, I've listed what has happened at those meetings. And here is the one that says in March of 2022, the top 10 free alternatives. And if you click that link, the video will start.
Software from companies like Adobe, Microsoft, and others can be quite.
Oops, now I have to turn it off. There. Okay, now I will go to, I'm not sharing, but I'm going to go to my, let's see if I have this. Yeah, videos to be screened, top 10 free alternatives to expensive software. And that link is here. Control C. Now we'll go back here and go to chat. Come on, where are you, chat? Right here. And I should be able to, nope, I think I just turned off chat. Let's try it the other way. There we go, that's better. To everyone, here is the link.
And I think there may be a limitation on the APCUG Zoom account that prevents people from copying information from the chat, which is why I suggest you go to the Seniors Computer Group website and just use the link there.
Yep.
Okay, I didn't know of that limitation.
I think, however, though, if you go to the YouTube website and type this in, V equals Y, V, SA, capital, these have to be, no, they don't. Those don't have to be exactly capitalized or not as they are. I think if you type this in on the YouTube website, you will go to that YouTube presentation. Okay. I don't see any more hands. Has everyone who has a Q in Q&A had the feel that they have been able to speak? If not, wave your hand or.
Yeah, I was just going to say to Saul, I was able to copy the content of that link in the chat, no problem. I was also able to click on it and it clicked and ran. So it may be something that happens on some systems and not others.
It may be either that A, B, C, or G changed their settings, or because Hank earlier in this meeting allowed posts to everyone, that might have also allowed it. But in prior meetings of this session here, people were unable to do the copy. Except for, of course, the hosts and co-hosts, which we can do everything.
Leaps over tall buildings at a single bound. And plays rumpa-rumpa-rumpa-bump.
Okay.
The William
Miriam.
Tell Overture.
What would Miriam like to say? You are muted, Miriam.
I have a sort of question or a plea for help. Before I learned that Mel had died, I sent him an email requesting some help with the 501c3 sign up stuff. I had tried to do the 1023 and they asked for $275, which I did not pay. And I sent him an email asking if we were already signed up and he had a password or something for me to find all of our information. But now I've done 2 of the 3 documents that we need to do. One with the IRS and one with the Franchise Tax Board. And I think this other one was also with the IRS. At any rate, I would love to talk to somebody who is familiar with doing this.
I don't
kind of
see
hoping, Stan, that you knew somebody in Walkabout that was doing it for Walkabout.
Could you, Miriam, could you explain what the 1023 form is related to?
It seems to be some way of proving that you are a nonprofit with a low income. You have to have income under 50,000, which I think in all of our lifetime we have always satisfied.
that is what it is. And you can, there is a particular place which I went to. I got into this maybe 5 years ago. I don't know why, but I did. I wish I hadn't. And there is an IRS. If you Google nonprofit status in the IRS, if you Google that phrase, nonprofit status in the IRS, it'll give you an IRS form that you can go to and find yourself. You can search using the group's name. I remember I did that originally.
Yeah, I think I have done that also at some point.
When you get a reply from the IRS, I think it gives you our IRS number as far as nonprofits go. And if you have that, it's a lot easier to find yourself, to find us. That's all I can help you with off the top of my head.
Oh, okay.
Miriam, we have a person in UChug who is a tax person. I'll talk to you separately about that, and
okay,
he may be able to help us.
Yeah,
okay.
that
Thanks.
probably would help a lot.
I just wanted to ask Miriam, are you trying to log into an online account related to this?
I'm trying to fill in the forms that I'm supposed to fill in every year. And I've done, and the notes I have from myself and from Mel indicate I have to do 3 of them. I don't remember doing this one last year, but my notes said I was supposed to. And when I got to the, I didn't mind filling it in. When I got to the $275, I stopped because I can't believe we were paying that.
No, we weren't.
Yeah.
We were just filling out the 2 forms.
Right.
And
Well,
I don't
filled
see why
out
you have to fill out more than one for the IRS and another one for California, the Franchise
and-
Tax Board.
Right, and then there was the one from the California Attorney General, which I got a notice later in the year, and I filled out that one. I haven't done that one yet for this year.
Never heard of that.
Yeah, I wish I understood this a little bit better. So I'll talk to Will about talking to somebody who really does understand it. That'll help me. Thank you.
If I could, well, never mind.
Stanley, you going to say
We
something?
do have documents that show that like 8 or 9 digit number that's our IRS number, and that's available. And I can share that. I think it's been shared
I have
before.
the EIN. And I have another number. I have several numbers. I don't know if it's the same one. I have an entity ID and I have a federal EIN, which I've forgotten what, it's like a tax, it's like a social security number for an entity.
Yeah.
That I have both those numbers.
Well,
Alice, do you have any in the Secretary's records? Do you have anything about this in one separate place?
I don't keep records separately as that, and my guess is it would be in that black box that's in the Wellesley Palms. I will look through that, but I think that Miriam's right. If she and Will can get together with somebody that has a better explanation of it. But I can go back and look at what I do have, but I don't have a separate section just for tax information. Because we did have, we went through a lot of this when Mel was helping Miriam get it set up. I will look though.
I just put in the chat window the information I have that has that 9-digit number that I think is our tax number or something. But I think Miriam probably has that number also.
I'm checking it. Yes, that is the same number I have.
So
yeah. It's our federal ID, tax ID.
Okay, I'm offline right now, and I have found a folder in my computer that says tax status of seniors computer group. And it has several things in it. I will look at those and send those to you, Miriam.
Okay, you may have sent them last year.
Yeah, I may have.
I'm not sure where I put them, whether I printed them or whether I can't find a folder about it, but any help you can give me, I appreciate.
I've also got a folder in there that says from Mel with a lot of stuff in it.
Yeah.
Let me look through some of that and see if I think it would help you.
Thank
I don't
you.
want to just dump it on you. It just gives you more to wade through, and I'm sure you don't really need that. Okay, other cues for Q&A.
I actually have one. I'm still trying to figure out how to put red circles onto a photograph and a red arrow. And they tell me to go to Photoshop, which I really don't want to do. there's got to be easier way. I think there's Paint built into Microsoft operating system, but I don't know how to bring a red circle into Paint. Is there a tutorial for Paint? I'm not sure I saw one. Yeah.
I'm going to refer you to the same one I said before as View. It's got a whole palette you can bring up under the edit menu, Paint dialog, and
yeah,
they have
I have
circles and colors, and you can make them whatever you want.
Okay, I have View, but I haven't figured out how to bring in the circle yet.
And
Edit menu, Paint dialog. That's it.
And the one that the presentation said was the best alternative to Photoshop this morning was GIMP, wasn't it?
Yeah, GIMP.
That might be a big learning curve.
Yeah, I know GIMP's pretty big.
View is pretty easy.
Yeah, are there tutorials for your View?
I'm pretty sure a lot on their website.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
I've got View. Oops, I thought I had View. Yeah, there it is.
Well, since Alan Bug has just joined us, he might have comments regarding the San Diego Public Library system. You might want to share.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Upcoming with the library on the 16th of March, the 6-week online Gale courses begin. So if you do have a San Diego Public Library card, you are eligible to take these courses. They are totally online. They are free with your library card membership. They last 6 weeks with 2 class meetings per week. The preparation for each class may be an hour and a half for each of those, and they're not, you don't have to be available when they're released at that hour. You don't have to be sitting there waiting at your computer to take the class. You have about 2 weeks to interact with the information that is there. They are instructor-led courses, so you'll be able to interact with the instructor and the cohort, your student cohort, as much or as little as you wish during the class period.
And Alan, what sort of topics are covered in these classes?
Those classes range from personal development, it might be meditating, to business development. You can learn how to create a business plan or to start an online business or other type of business. And there are some teacher development. It's really a wide range. There are about 350 courses that start every month. And if you're not able to do it this month, or you find so many of them that you'd like to do that you can't do all of them, the following month, there will be a new set of 350 courses that are being offered as well. So hopefully there's something there that will work for all of you. And again, these are plans, so they're instructor-led. So you do have to wait until the information is released. But if you're on the other side of the coin and just want to learn something right away, and you've got that San Diego Public Library card, at least for workforce-oriented items, we have on-demand learning with LinkedIn Learning. And all of these are available from the San Diego Public Library's webpage and the e-library tab, and they're under Education and Language.
And the link to the library page?
The easiest way to get to it, I'm going to suggest is sandiego.gov, sandiego.gov. I can give you the long extended one, but right in the middle of all of the banners that are at sandiego.gov is the library tab. So click that tab that's in the middle of the page, and that will bring you to the library section of the City of San Diego's homepage. And there's a tab there, an orange tab that says e-library. That's where you're going to find all of the soft resources, those resources that you will not check out physical materials. That includes our ebooks and e-audio, courses, and things of that nature. All of them will be under the e-library. There are multiple buttons under the e-library, and there is one for education and language, where you'll find both Gale courses and LinkedIn Learning. And I think both of them are also listed under the business heading as well.
Okay, thanks.
And when Alan did the presentation for us about how to do all this and demonstrated it, that presentation or that Zoom meeting was recorded and is one of the ones that's listed under recordings on our website. You can go back and play some of that. And what Alan just said, he demonstrated, you could see it.
Yeah, good.
All right. I see
Any
no other
other
hands.
computer problems?
Are we as well educated about computers as we want to be today?
I
Apparently
might
so.
make this, take this opportunity to remind you that next month will be a board meeting, and we will be using the same link that we used today for that meeting. And I will be sending out an agenda next few days. And if any of you have any reports to submit to the board, please send them to the board.
I think you meant next week, not next month.
Oh, excuse me. Yes, next week. Thank you, Alice.
Mhm.
I've got one more thing, and I just realized that the chat is enabling me all this stuff. I'm going to drop the March schedule for some of the for some of the in-person training opportunities that you might avail yourself to during the month of March. Most of them are in the southern part of the city of San Diego, but they are all free and offered by the San Diego Futures Foundation.
Okay. Okay.
I'm still trying to get my internet hardwired. Does anybody know of a good cable guy that I can hire? Ross does. Ross?
Yeah, Ross said he had a cable guy specifically that has rerun cables in his house or internet cables from room to room in his house.
His name is Guy Kirk, Kirek. And let me get you his number. So Guy is my cable guy.
Oh, shoot.
I have area code 619-275-6260.
Thank you. The last cable guy I knew was a White, I think his name was.
Patricia.
Well, actually, I'm writing all these things down and I forgot what I wanted to ask. Sorry. Sorry.
Alan, are you going to be putting something up in the chat? You're muted, Alan.
I think he's working on it.
Oops, I'm sorry about that. It looks like it's asking me to put it into a cloud something before I can download it. So I'm going to try to drop it quickly into my Google Drive and then get it into the chat. Apologies for the delay. But I do think that Hank shared it with us the last time I was here. I think that he made that available to everyone.
Yeah, you have sent me some schedules and I have forwarded them to to the whole seniors computer group.
Okay, excellent. It's that same schedule that I was trying to drop into the box. So you're good for March.
Yeah. Patricia, your hand is still up or back up.
Oh, no. I'm doing something else, sorry.
That's all right.
Where is that? It's a little hard to control the mouse sometimes. Okay, there.
Just want to give everybody a chance.
I took it down for you.
Or ask
No,
whatever.
I did.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, I think if Alan is not going to put something else up in the chat, I think we're done for the morning.
Oh, wait.
Unless somebody waves their hand again, you can all
Yeah.
wave your hand goodbye.
No, I remember. Wait. I remember. So what
Okay,
are we,
go.
well, wait. Okay. So what are we doing? I just catching up with my email. So what are we doing for Mel as far as, I kind of missed the beginning. Sorry, I was having breakfast.
What are we
Well,
doing about what?
About Mel. I'm reading his wife's
Oh, okay.
email. So
Mel died, and his wife sent us all, maybe not all, but it has been passed around to all, an email telling us and asking for anything that we might have for a book that she is creating called Memories of Mel. And I sent her a packet of photographs that I had saved over the years, which include of Mel, about 10 photographs, some of them pretty good close-ups. And I signed it VP for a program seniors computer group. So it's sort of a response to her notice to us that he had died. And she has already thanked me for it profusely. And unless the board decides, you could bring it up at the board meeting next week if somebody thinks we ought to do more.
Yes,
Well,
I think as a group, certainly for the years that he's been with us, we should do definitely something. Definitely.
Did his wife suggest any sort of charity or something that we could donate to?
No.
Speaking as president of SCG, I think we could discuss this next week.
Yeah.
I think Hank's contribution was very complete. If any of you have other thoughts that you would like to share with his family and photographs that you would like to have included, please respond to the emails that Will and I have sent out and Hank sent out. I think that her message went to all active members. And so everybody has an opportunity to contribute individually. At the board meeting, we'll discuss about any possibility that we may not be aware of at the present time, but we may become aware in the next week. But at the present time, it seems like we're pretty well covered. We'll talk about it as a board meeting next week.
Yeah, Will, in answer to your question, Will, about did she have any suggestions for a charity or something, she specifically asked for things that we remembered about Mel or things that he did that she could put in this memories book.
Okay, well, I guess the next part of the question was, I'm seeing, Stan's email, but I was wondering what exactly so have we done anything? So did you do anything before the board meeting? Have you done anything yet? And if so, what did you do? Because I don't have anything after Stan's email. I guess
Hank, as I indicated, Hank responded to her with a group of photographs and a few thoughts of different positions that Mel had held in the organization, and gave a very complete summary of what I recall Mel's contribution to the group was. And if anybody in the in the range of my voice understands anything at all, whether it's something that Hank has already contributed, the family would be interested in hearing. All I'm saying is that Hank contributed a very good response. And I don't have anything more to contribute other than what Hank contributed. If anybody else has other information, they can respond directly to the family, his wife, Frances, and let the board know that you've done so that we know that something's happened.
Okay, I
But-
guess my question is we don't know what Hank did. I mean, I don't know what Hank did. Where do we find out what Hank did? Is it on our website?
Well, you mean what Mel did?
No, I know Mel passed away, but Stan just said that Hank sent some photos and memories and photos.
I'm looking right now
So I was just
for,
wondering what that was or where it is that we could see it, because I wouldn't know.
I'll
I mean,
post
I
it
met
up.
him years
I'll
ago.
post it right now as soon as I find it. Just be patient here.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah, it was sent to the board. So I'm presuming a lot perhaps, but Hank copied that to the board as I believe so.
That is true. That is
yes.
true.
All right, so so the board is aware. He just didn't send it out to all members, which I don't really think that's necessary, but
Just a minute. I'm going to find the message that I sent her, and I'll put it up on my screen and share it, and you can read it. Here we go.
So are
Here.
you emailing it to us or what are we doing?
Just a minute. Just a minute.
Hank's going to share his screen, Patricia.
Like, oh, that.
Okay, here we go. I've got it on my screen on another place. Let me go and find it. Here it is. Share. Okay. This is what I sent to Fran. Okay, now let me click on this link and I'll show you the photos that I sent to him. Everybody through reading this?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. There's one of them. There's another one.
Oh, that was a while ago. Yep.
Those are really great. I think that's perfect. I think that's exactly what she was looking for.
Yeah, I think that's nice too. That's kind of how I remember.
Couple more.
Oh, that's good.
I think he was presiding as president on those couple.
Yeah.
And here he was at the computer. And that's it. And now let me show you. Let's see, how do I get out of here? Bah, come on.
Hmm.
Nope, can't do that.
I'll leave share.
Let's see if I can move this out of the way. Yes, there we go. Now back to here. There we go. Now let me show you what I think I can. There. This is what she sent back.
Okay, good.
I think that's great. I think that's exactly what she was looking for.
Yes, wonderful.
Nice.
Yeah, what she originally said was, let me see, I can go back and show you what she said in the original email. Here it is. Here we go. Here was the original message that she sent. And here it is. We only have immediate family members here, so it was decided we'd complete this Memories of Mel book. Please, would you share something about Mel for a book? It can be an about event, a funny incident, an activity, time you spent with Mel, etc. So if anyone, and I think that Stanley has essentially said this again to everybody in the seniors computer group, if they have a particular thing, they can send it to her or they can send it to him or me, and we'll get it to her. She even sent her snail mail address. Okay, so that's the other thing that could happen. If someone has a particular memory of Mel, they can send it to her directly. But if no one does, I think you all seem to think that what I did was enough. And we can talk about it more next week at the board meeting. I will stop sharing again. And we now have another hand up. Patricia, are you still handing up or is this left over? You're muted. Okay, hand is gone. Miriam, you're muted.
You're still muted.
Miriam, you're still muted.
You said you sent that email with the photos to everyone on the board, but I did not get it.
No, I did not send the email to everyone on the board, I don't think.
No.
Although I don't
And
know. I'm using the Google group email address that Mel set up for the board.
I don't think it works anymore.
Well,
Yeah, it didn't work for me. I set up one of
Didn't
my
work for
own.
me. Yeah.
I got
it.
it worked for me.
I
Somebody
got
else,
it.
For me.
I got it. I don't know why, but I got it.
Are you putting this on the website or anything? Our senior computer group website? In some fashion, under events maybe or something?
No. No, I
In passing
well,
or,
I suggest we talk about this more at the board meeting.
Yeah, I agree.
Drop it for today, because it's really not everyone's business what the seniors computer group does in response to a member dying. In this organization, it is not too unusual to have a member die.
That's right.
And you want to be careful what precedents you set. Okay, if I see no more hands waving, I will bid you adieu until next week.
See you all next week.
Okay, bye.
Take care all. Aloha from Hawaii.